Hi everyone, it's Jade from the Psychic Healing Academy and from Udemy. And today I'm just very briefly going to talk to you about the subject of pregnancy and tarot readings. So I often get asked this by my tarot card success students. They ask me, is it safe for me to receive a reading while I'm pregnant or to give a reading while I'm pregnant? So I'm going to answer both of those questions for you here today. Now, first of all, it's really important for me to really emphasize that I'm not a doctor. Okay, so anything here that I talk about with pregnancy is not medical advice. It's nothing that I want you to take as medical advice. If you're ever worried about anything to do with your pregnancy or reading for pregnant women, then please consult doctors because that's not my job. I'm just telling you as a professional that, I've been reading professionally for over 10 years and teaching for over 10 years. And this is how it works for me, but it's not medical or legal advice. So just keep that in mind. I'll also say too, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit subscribe so that you can regularly get these videos. So first of all, now, can you be a tarot reader and read while you are pregnant? So for me, absolutely. There's no reason why you can't give a reading while you are pregnant, whether it's professional or personally. However, I will say a few things about, rules of thumb that I would keep in mind. Before I go into that, I want to say one of my little, rules of thumbs that I use about answering any questions to do with the tarot is remembering that tarot has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And I always like to think of it, okay, well, how did the Romani gypsies do it? Or how did people do this hundreds of years ago? Like they, of course, would have done it while they were pregnant, because if they were, if they were professional and that was their living, then they couldn't just take 9 months off their off their profession and not read. So for me, it's like, okay, yes, you can, because people have been doing that for hundreds of years. However, I will also say, if you feel that it's going to stress you out to give a reading, then of course, please don't. I mean, anything that's stressful for you is going to be stressful for the baby. And also, if you feel like you've got a hostile client or someone's being negative to you, then cut that reading off straight away and ask that person to leave and just say, listen, I'm pregnant. I really don't like your energy. Either take the money back or just ask them politely to go. Be protective of yourself that as much as possible. But other than that, I have no problems with, and I've known many, many, many professional readers that have read right throughout their pregnancies until they felt that they were safe or comfortable doing so. The only thing I ever feel a bit wary about personally as a spiritual healer as well about pregnancy is people pouring energy into your womb if they're not, experienced professionals or what they do. That could maybe cause some issues and some tension and stress energetically. But other than that, I think tarot reading is completely fine. If you are worried and you think, oh, what if I download some negative entities? Is that going to affect the baby? Then just ask for a lot of extra psychic protection and just do basic readings. Don't do those kind of readings like I teach in How to Be Psychic, or psychic readings intermediate level where you channel energy through, or don't do mediumship, or don't do those kind of things if you are concerned about that. But in terms of tarot reading, I think it is a beautiful thing to do while you are pregnant. Now, about reading for women who are pregnant. Now, I have a huge section of this in my Master Health Readings and Psychic Wellness program that is on Udemy. If you are going to be giving readings to pregnant women, I do highly recommend you do this because I talk about fertility, miscarriage, termination, IVF. I talk about the sensitivity that is needed to give pregnant women readings, especially if they're asking questions like, am I going to carry this baby to full term? Again, as a tarot reader, you're not a doctor, okay? You do not really have the right to make those kind of medical readings. Like, you've got to be really careful. There are ways to talk about what your clients can do to ensure that the best and highest good is coming through for them. And there's ways you can gently guide them, but be very wary about answering those kind of questions, particularly if you're with a woman that has got a repeated history of trauma and miscarriages, because it's probably one of the most traumatic things she'll ever go through in her life, and for her partner too. And you've got to be careful if you see some negative cards in there and you think, oh my goodness, that means that, oh my God, you're going to lose the baby, especially if you're an inexperienced reader. So can I please beg and plead with you, if you are an inexperienced reader, please do not do these kind of readings until you feel confident in knowing all the nuances of the cards and you've got a bit of experience. So yes, you can absolutely, of course, give readings to women who are pregnant, but if they are asking questions about the health of their baby, that's a health question, it's a medical question. I would suggest that they really do need to go see their doctor and talk to their doctors. That's got to be their first point of call. You can say, what do I need to know about this pregnancy? And you can give them some spiritual guidance, but please be careful about fortune telling or prophesizing a woman who's 4 months pregnant that she might lose her baby, because you could absolutely frighten and scare and traumatize her. And that's really, really no good at all. That's not something that I would advise doing at all. So I hope that has helped. So yes, if you're looking for ways to be able to answer those questions where you are honoring your client and feeling like you want to make sure she's okay and reassuring her, then I do suggest looking at my Master Health Readings and Psychic Wellness course on Udemy. You can find the link in the description here as well. So if you've got any questions more about pregnancy and whether or not you can read as a reader, or whether or not it is safe to get them while you are pregnant, then please pop them in here. Okay, that's Jade, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye.